All right. All right. Enough silliness. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Well, most of my songs, oh boy, most of my songs have stories that go with it. I don't have a lot of time, but I would like to do this story, tell you a little bit of story that goes with this song. And I don't know if I'll get in tune, but it'll be close enough. I'm sure you'll understand. Whoa, yeah, that's not right. Close. Has to do with my dad, my father. How many people have fathers here? A couple of them, anyway. All right. Has to do with my father. And I'm a lucky man. I'm a lucky person because I had a really great relationship with my father. Look, I was a hippie. I played guitar. He was a forester, a logger. He was from the old generation. I was from the new generation. We should have been like this, but we were like this, especially after I grew up. And every year we would go on an annual father and son trip every year. And my dad, he knew every part of Oregon and he knew history in the woods and the trees and the birds. He knew everything. So we went everywhere in Oregon. One year we were down in the southern Oregon coast near Bandon, if you've been down that way. And we got this kite. Look at this kite. It was this huge fucking kite with 6-foot wingspan and bright red. And we got it out on the dunes and the wind in there. And we reeled it out and it got way, way high, the wind. And here we were, just me and my dad flying a kite. We weren't father and son. We were just like pals, hanging out, flying a kite. And it got way high up there, but what we didn't know was that as we were letting out that line, at the end, the string was not tied to the crank. And it got up there, and then the string let go, and man, that kite took off. It got so high you could just barely see it. And I turned to my dad and I said, well, I guess that's it for the kite, you know. And he says, nonsense. Let's go chase it down. Chase it down? Yeah. So we jumped into his old Ford Ranger pickup truck and went barreling down the road, chasing this kite. You could just see it out the window. And we drove ways chasing this damn kite. Until finally it stopped its traversing. And we realized that somehow that string had gotten wound up and caught in the boulders and the barnacles at the base of the Coquille River Lighthouse in Bandon. If you've been there, it's this little beautiful. So we're barreling down, driving down the road, and we got out of the truck and we scrambled down on the jetty and everything. We were going to kill ourselves. We weren't supposed to. My dad was old, and we get down there and we get sure as shit. We got that kite and we reel it on in. We saved that kite. All right, so we jumped back in the truck and we threw it in the back of the truck, and off the Craine boys went for another adventure. And we placed that kite above my dad's wood shop bench up above in a place of honor, and it collected sawdust and dust for years and years. But then eventually my dad, well, you know, he got old enough that he just couldn't work in the wood shop anymore, and suffered with dementia. If you've had parents that have had dementia, you know how rough that can be. We had to move him here to Portland. I became his caregiver, and those were some tough years, and especially when I would go and he wouldn't remember me. But he knew I was somebody. And he would always introduce me every time, even though I knew every nurse and so forth. He'd introduce me. He'd say, "This is my buddy in all things." And you know, I kind of like that. Buddy in all things. That's exactly right. Well, we lost my dad a couple of years ago, but I'll never forget that kite. And I'll never forget my dad's optimism. You know, all things were possible. You know, we could get that kite, and we did get that kite. And we were buddies in all things. So I can only hope, I'm a much better man for my father, and I can only hope that I do half as good a job with my kids. So I got a song here that goes a little something like this, and it's all for the parents, and it's all for the kids in the audience tonight. And it's called Kite String. You can fly, you can soar, touch the sky and even more, dance in the wind till you come back again. You fly so far away. You can drift and you can sail, spin around and chase your tail. You can laugh and you can sing, and search for what heaven brings. But if you find you're much too high and you've lost sight of solid ground, and you need to grab hold of something to pull you back down, I'll be your kite string, I'll be your anchor to the ground, I'll be the one thing you can cling to when you're down, I'll be your one connection home when you feel all alone. No matter what the strongest wind will break, I'll be your kite string. You can crash and you can burn, lose your way at every turn. You can get lost without a guide to what matters most inside. But when you find you're much too high and you've lost sight of solid ground, and you need to grab hold of something to pull you back down, I'll be your kite string, I'll be your anchor to the ground, I'll be the one thing you can cling to when you're down, I'll be your one connection home when you feel all alone. No matter what the strongest wind will bring, I'll be your kite string. The clouds come, the wind blows, you know there's gonna be rain. Look to the sky above to guide you back again. You can fly, you can soar, touch the sky and even more. But when you find you're much too high and you've lost sight of solid ground, and you need to grab hold of something to pull you back down, I'll be your kite string, I'll be your anchor to the ground, I'll be the one thing you can cling to when you're down, I'll be your one connection home when you feel all alone. No matter what the strongest wind will bring, I'll be your kite string. Thank you so much.